Hi, my name is Alex, and welcome to this lesson on the parts of a paragraph. This lesson is largely intended to help those of you who are preparing to get into a North American university, or if you are preparing to write the TOEFL test. Now, the parts of a North American paragraph, or those of you who are looking to get into university professors are looking for a specific kind of structure. This is that structure. It is actually can be considered much different than other cultures. For example, in Chinese culture, where an essay would largely be a long story or sometimes just a long paragraph. There's much more of a formula in the North American style. So first of all, pretty basic, you start off with a topic sentence. What are you writing about? What is your subject? And a good formula for writing an effective topic sentence would be to come up with an interesting topic, give your opinion on it. Okay, say something interesting about it. Don't make it overly detailed. That's what the body is for. So in your body, this is the heart of your paragraph, okay? So this is where you give all of the supporting details, the supporting arguments for your topic sentence. So there are two ways that you can order the details. First way is by order of importance. What you feel is going to make if you're writing an argumentative essay, what is going to make your argument really stand out? What is the one part of your argument that is strongest? Secondly, chronology. Chronology refers to the ordering of events. So you might be writing an essay describing how to change the oil in your car. So you would write obviously in a specific order how to change the oil in your car. Okay, finally, we have the closing sentence. Now, the closing sentence has two functions. First of all, you're reminding the audience what you're writing about, so you're kind of restating your topic sentence, and you're also keeping them thinking, giving them a little extra. So you want to kind of restate the topic sentence, but in a different way, and keep your audience thinking. Okay, now let's look at an example. Okay, so now that we've talked about the parts of a paragraph, let's look at an example of a paragraph that would be very acceptable in North American universities or even on your TOEFL test. So remember, the first thing that we talked about was starting off with your opening sentence or your topic sentence. So today we want to talk about the city of Toronto. So my topic sentence is, the city of Toronto has many wonderful attractions. So right away, the reader's attention is caught. They know we're going to be talking about Toronto, and we're going to be talking about its attractions. Now we have to get into the body, or the details of the paragraph. So let's look at our first sentence. I'm just going to walk off for a minute here so you can see better. Now it says, the most notable sight is the tall and majestic CN Tower. Secondly, Toronto has many restaurants because of its culturally diverse communities. Finally, Lake Ontario provides an incredible view for visitors. Okay, so as you can see from those sentences, we get more information about the topic. So we get very solid, concrete details, and we get it in a specific order. So I would say this is probably in order of importance. So first, I want to focus on the CN Tower as being a major part of Toronto's attractions. Secondly, I want to focus on its food, its restaurants. And thirdly, more on its views, so Lake Ontario. Finally, we have the closing paragraph. So remember, the goal of the closing paragraph is to keep readers thinking once they finish reading, and to also restate the topic. So let's look at the closing paragraph, or the closing sentence, I apologize here. So it says, these qualities make Toronto a very attractive city for tourists. Okay, so basically, again, I'm restating the topic sentence, but in a different way, and I'm adding a little bit something to it. So while my topic sentence talks about Toronto having many wonderful attractions, my closing sentence keeps people thinking by saying, these things make Toronto a wonderful city for tourists. Okay, so I hope this will help you out in your academic writing as well as on your TOEFL test. Thanks again for listening. For a test on this, please check out engvid.com. My name is Alex McCarr. I'll see you later. Take care.